everyone, so I just finished filming a Kim Kardashian video, so that is why I'm wearing my extensions. There's really no other reason for it. I just wanted to let you guys know, like, why are you wearing extensions for a school bag video, you know? So that is why I was just filming a Kim Kardashian video, and I thought I had to have the extensions in because she has such long, beautiful hair that, you know, it just kind of made sense. So, on to this video, I'm going to be doing my What's in My School Bag and Organization Tips video number 2 because I did this about almost a year ago. And it's like my most watched video ever, so it's gotten so many requests for me to do an updated one. And before I get started, I just wanted to mention my background right now. So one, yes, I do have my pillows for my bed, and it's not just because it's comfortable, because it is very comfortable, but two, I'm also kind of jealous of everyone who can film with their gorgeous, like, bed behind them, and it has like their pillows and everything's just so symmetrical, and I love symmetry, so it just makes me feel so great watching those videos. And I know it's kind of weird, but I just get so jealous of people who can have their bed behind them, but I just don't really have room to film like where my bed is behind me. So I just kind of threw some pillows behind me because it's comfortable and it makes me feel like I can do that even though it's just, you know, my closet. So yeah, just wanted to mention that, even though it's kind of weird. I just thought it was kind of fun. So I'm going to go on with my What's in My School Bag video for this year. Now, so I did get a new bag this year, and the reason being is because I don't really invest very much into my school bag. If you are going to invest in a backpack, I suggest getting a leather one or a real backpack because non-leather backpacks tend to not last as long. In my experience. I'm sure there are some that have lasted such a long time. But yeah, so the one that I've gotten every year, I pretty much don't really invest that much into my bag. I think last year's was like $59 or $69. I can't remember correctly, but it like completely broke on me, and I just used it for the rest of the year because I didn't want to go buy a new backpack. So I did get a new one this year, and I love it. It's still from Urban Outfitters. Like, I bought my last one from Urban Outfitters, and it's kind of stupid, but it is the same brand that I got my last year one from, and I know it completely like tore apart on me, but I have faith that this is not going to, and I'll keep better care of it. So this is my school bag, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of a gray, is what it said on the website. It was a gray color, but it's kind of like a grayish green color, and I thought it was really unique and pretty. I believe they had it in brown and black, or brown or black, I can't remember, but so this is what it looks like. It is smaller than my one from last year, but I actually ordered a different bag from Urban Outfitters, and it was so small. It was the vintage like army colored green one, and it's so small, like you can't fit anything in it, so I sent it back and I got this one, and I like it a lot more. It's bigger. It's big enough for me because I have 4 classes a day, and one of my classes I don't really need much for, so if you have like minimal classes a day, I recommend, you know, you don't have to get a huge backpack because, you know, it's just going to be really hard to lug around in the long run, and it's going to be pretty heavy. So this is what it looks like, and it has these 2 kind of buckles right up here, and then one down here with a pocket. And these buckles, I thought that they were going to be like, I actually had to like untwine them every time I wanted to open the backpack, but they're actually snaps, which is really nice because I thought that was going to be a huge pain, but it's actually not. And the back here has no pockets or anything. And then there's this little holder right here, which I don't recommend using because it's so small, it's going to hurt, and I feel like it's just going to rip. But it does come with a longer one with an adjustable strap, and I really like that because I like just wearing it at the length that is right now, just on my shoulder, or I can cross it across my shoulder if one of my shoulders gets kind of tired from lugging around stuff all day. So that is kind of a quick overview on the outside of my backpack. So first I'm going to start off with what's down here in this little purse or pocket. I keep saying the wrong words today. Okay, what is in this little pocket right here? So right now I just keep my response card clicker. I don't know if many schools have this. This is the first year getting these like permanently, and basically classes use these to either take attendance in the morning. You just, you know, click that you're in. Really easy for them. Doesn't like waste time in class, you know, going through attendance every day. And then we also use these for taking quizzes. Also, I keep a little Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer here. It came with this little thing on it as well, and this is an Island Nectar. I really like hand sanitizer. I think hand sanitizer is a really good thing to keep around you when you're going to school because there's so many things that are germy, and I just like to apply this right before lunchtime and right after lunchtime, and just after I've touched a lot of things and equipment and everything. I just think it's nice to have around. So as you can see, this has a zipper right here, And I don't know how long it's going to stay like that because I'll probably have so much stuff that it won't even zip anymore. But as for now, it does zip, so that's really nice. And quick overview is what's in my bag here. So the first thing I keep in here are two 5-star notebooks, and I thought these were really cute and kind of have new designs. I love 5-star. 5-star is the best brand in my opinion for everything from folders to notebooks, everything. And I usually get the 3-subject or 5-subject notebooks, and I just keep like one 5-subject because I have 4 classes a day and I just use a section for each. But I do have calculus my first semester, so that means that I use a lot of paper, and I really do not like notebook paper for math classes because I just have to do a lot of ripping out, and they get so many handouts and so many like quizzes back and everything that it's just so much to handle that a notebook is just not going to do it for me. I love binders. I'm obsessed with binders now. Ever since I used binders this past year, I got super organized, and it's just a way better deal to have your stuff organized. So I keep a pink one and a turquoise one. And then I actually found these in my basement, which is completely perfect. But I had 2 folders that I didn't use from last year, and they were pink and teal. So how perfect is that? Definitely if you're going to do a notebook and a folder situation kind of in conjunction with each other with one class, keep the colors similar. So like this, oops, wrong way. Just keep them turquoise and turquoise, pink and pink, you know, orange and orange, yellow, yellow, everything like that's going to keep things so much easier if they're color coordinated. I love color coordinating all of my things. Also, you can kind of keep the notebook inside of the binder if you want to, so that is kind of safekeeping. It's going to kind of stretch out the folder a little bit, but usually when you use them after, you know, a few weeks, they're getting it stretched out anyway. So you can just keep that safely tucked into your folder if you like. And I do not suggest putting more than one class in one folder. I know it can get tempting, especially when you're getting a bunch of things handed out and you're like, oh, I didn't really bring enough folders for all my classes. I'm just gonna, you know, throw one class in here, one class in here. Well, it's gonna get so hard to find all of your things, especially if you're like, oh, where's my homework assignment that I need to find? And then you find out later, once you haven't gotten credit for it, that you had it all along in your slip, and then your teacher will not take it no longer. So it's just so much easier to just keep one thing for each. I know it's tempting, but once you do it, it's going to become so easy. When you're in high school, you usually do not get a slip of like what to get for school, and I was so scared at first because I was like, oh no, I've been so used to getting, you know, a school supplies list in elementary school and middle school, and now I don't have one. Like, what if my teacher like is going to yell at me for not having this on the first day? But it's so easy. They totally understand. Usually they give you like a week to get a certain supply. So don't worry about that or anything. And then the next thing I keep in here is a binder, and I might put another one in there. Like I said, it's kind of like a clementine color. It's really cute. And this is just a nice light green color, and I think it's really pretty. And I'm going to use this for calculus, and I might use it also for my history class because I did that last year, and it was actually surprisingly so easily organized. And it was just, people were always like, why are you so organized? Like, this is so weird. And I'm like, I just love it because I know where everything is. I used to be the most unorganized person ever, but ever since I just like told myself I need to change, life has been so much easier. I get, you know, better grades because I know where everything is. Again, I still have these same dividers. I actually bought some other dividers as well. I ended up using a different binder last year and different dividers than I showed you guys in my video, but I'm going to use these this year. So what I really like about these dividers, and you can get this at probably Target or any office supply store that you're going to get your school supplies from. Even, what's it called, Walgreens might have these. But these certain dividers have 12 different dividers. Usually I've only seen like 10 or 9 or even less than that. And they usually are not numbered. Usually you have to like write what, like the subject on here. But this one has a table of contents. And I think that's even more handy because then you can reuse them and you can just take out the table of contents later and, you know, just put in a new sheet, like print it off yourself. What I'm going to use this for is at least the first 6 right here I'm probably going to use for my math class. And then from 7 on will probably be for my history class. And it may seem kind of difficult to put 2 classes in a binder because I don't suggest doing that for a notebook or a folder unless it's like a 3-subject notebook or something. But definitely not in the same folder. But I do suggest it for binders because you can save a lot of room. Some of you guys have commented on my last video saying, you know, like, you only have 4 classes. I have like 6 to 9 classes a day, and I thought that was crazy. I had that in middle school, but not high school. But even for you high schoolers, it's going to make life so much easier if you don't have to carry around 8 binders or something. Unless you guys have a locker, then that's completely fine. But at my school, we just carry on backpacks all day. We don't even go to lockers. So everything that I need for my class is always with me. And I do really like that because I never forget anything at my locker. This divider, I know that, you know, I can split it half and half. So 6 will go to math, and then 6 will go to my next class. And I can just draw a line right here and make sure I write calculus up here and, you know, history right here. So what I did right here, I'm not exactly sure what other things my teacher is going to hand out. Maybe I'll only need like 3 dividers, but I know that I'm going to want to put my homework somewhere. And every time I get homework, I will put it in behind number 1 right here, so that it matches up with number 1 for homework. And then when I'm done with the homework, I'll put it right back here so that in the next day, right when I get to class and he's like, all right, pull out your homework, I just know where it is and it's always going to be there. And then second one, I have notes because we always take notes in a math class at my school at least. And so that's going to be easily accessible as well. And I like to separate that from my handout. I do not use line paper for math class. I use graph paper. Graph paper is going to make your life so much easier in math class. I hated graph paper for the longest time, I swear to you. But now that I switched to graph paper for all of my math worksheets and everything, I'm not going back to regular loose leaf paper unless I absolutely have to. So just keeping some loose graph paper as well in here is so perfect. I challenge you guys, if you do not like graph paper, to try just buy some graph paper that is like loose leaf that you can just easily take out of your binder and use it every time you take notes in math class and just do your bookwork in it. Because a lot of the times when you're doing graphs and everything or tables, it's just so easy to have them perfectly lined up and you're not using up so much paper. And it's just so nice to have things organized and all neat, and I love having like neat tables and graphs. I know I'm kind of weird like that, but it's so nice. Next thing I keep in my bag is a sketchbook, and this is absolutely huge. This is a, what is this? I don't know if this says, oh, an 11 by 14, and I was supposed to get a 9 by 12, so I feel kind of scared if my teacher's going to yell at me. This is for advanced drawing. I might get a smaller one just so it actually fits in my school bag. The next thing I keep in my bag is a calculator, and the one I have is the TI-84 Plus Silver Edition by Texas Instruments. Pretty much the standard calculator that you're going to need for high school, and it is annoying because it is kind of an investment. They're like $100 or more than $100, but you're going to use it every year for a really long time, for at least 4 years. So this is the one that I have. It's just pink, and I guess I like it. It's just a standard calculator. You're going to need it for when you take your standardized tests and everything. So make sure that you have one similar to this. It's going to be very helpful. I'm just going to need it for my first semester when I have calculus. And then I have my pencil pouch, and I use the same pencil pouch that I used last year. And this is just kind of like a patent looking little pencil pouch that I got from Ulta last year, and they may still have it actually, but they had it in like yellow, pink, green, and then orange, I believe. And these are supposed to be makeup bags, but I used it for just my pencil pouch. So the brand is Steph & Co, if you are wondering. And I just really like the orange color. And all I keep in here are some pencils, and I love mechanical pencils. These ones are by Bic, and they're the Velocity kind, and they are 0.7 lead, and they come with 2, and then they also come with some lead and some erasers, which is really nice because once the eraser gets down, I just will pop it off and put a big new one on, because I hate when there gets like no eraser, but I still want to use the pencil, but then I kind of don't because it doesn't have an eraser, and I love erasers. So yeah, keep that with me. And the really cool thing about these pencils in particular is that these are Scantron approved. If you guys use Scantrons, you're probably going to use them a lot in high school. I have all of these pens that I had last year as well, and all of you guys, not all of you, I shouldn't say that, a lot of you guys asked me, where did you get these pens? And I got them at Office Depot or Office Max. And then I also have my Papermate just little highlighter right here. Good to have. A lot of teachers will make you have that. And I also have a little lip balm right here that I should put in a different place because I have a new place for that now. And that is pretty much it. I also have liquid paper, just some whiteout, because if I mess up and something, I don't know, that I don't want to go back and erase or something, it's really nice to have some whiteout with you, and this is just a little sponge applicator one. The next thing that I have in here is a pack of gum, because gum is amazing, and you don't want to be that person that is constantly asking people for gum and, you know, all of a sudden becomes their best friend because you want some gum. Just keep some with you. It's a good thing to just have. This is the 5 gum. This is Cobalt. I love it. Okay, and then the last thing I keep in my school bag is this little pouch right here, and this pouch is actually from Eco-Emmy. I got it in the August one, but they pretty much put them in all of them. This is just kind of like a I said reusable, weird. A reusable pouch. That's so hard to say. Okay, and I just keep a few little makeup goodies in here. So, the first thing is this eyeliner, and this is from Korres. I use this every day. Eyeliner is something that tends to fade the quickest in your makeup, so I like to just put this on my waterline to give my eyes a little pick-me-up, or I can put it on my top waterline where I applied liquid liner just to kind of darken it up a bit once it gets kind of worn off during the day. And then the next thing I have is an extra spare pair of contacts, which I also keep in my purse, but I have one in my school bag as well, because sometimes if you're a contact wearer, they tend to just like pop out, and it'll have like no reason why, it just kind of pops off, and that is just the hardest thing to deal with. I've had that happen my first year of high school. Pretty much like the second week of school, it fell out, and it was awful because I could not see out of one eye for the rest of the day, and I had to kind of like squint to see my notes. My teacher was like, what is wrong with you? So just keep an extra pair of contacts if you are a contact wearer. And here is my Balsoma Chamomile Mint Organic Stress Relief Serum. And this is something that I like to keep in with me, and I also have one in my purse, and I just roll it over my forehead when I have a headache. I actually kind of have one right now, so I might use it, but you just go like this, and you may think it's going to make you look oily, but it really doesn't once it sets into your skin. And you just roll it on there, and it's going to, in a few seconds, it'll kind of go into your skin, and then it feels really cooling, like a minty sensation, because it is mint. And it like releases the tension in your muscles, and it's going to help relax you, and it's going to make the headache feel so much less painful. I love it. Totally recommend this if you are tend to getting headaches and you don't want to constantly, you know, go to the nurse and get some medication for that. And the last few things I have in here are a ponytail, and then just a string and a bobby pin, because sometimes my bobby pin will fall out during the day, or someone is going to need one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any more tips for us, then leave it in the comments below so we can go thumbs up and learn some new tips from each other. And I hope you guys have a great day, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!